come down here to Denton Cemetery. I checked out Marshall Price's grave. Oh, it's going off. Can you kind of turn it just a little so I can see it in the camera? Yeah. Oh, you'll live.
Yes.
Now, if you guys watched the last one, you will know that Marshall Price was the one convicted of killing Miss Sally Dean, who was 13 years old, in Harmony, Maryland.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, thank you. Are you okay? Guys, it did it again. I don't know what in the world is going on. Hi guys, welcome to another adventure with Holly's Lore. Tonight I have the girls here. Today. I'm used to saying tonight, even though it's daylight, I should have known. We have the girls, they're off school. Eric is working, so I thought we'd come down here to Denton Cemetery. I check out Marshall Price's grave. There is also another grave here. I'm going to do a little investigation, hopefully. I'm not sure. It looks like somebody is in the back. They brought a piece of equipment, and I think they're going to be digging for another grave. So there's lots of traffic. We are kind of right on the outskirts of town here. So I got Cheyenne with the K2. Sierra doesn't have anything. Which I'm sure she's happy about, but
Yes.
So let me show you around. We're gonna walk around a little bit. I got a couple graves to show you. But here we are. See, we've got lots of traffic. Well, not at the moment, but there's houses, and we're literally on the outskirts of town here. See? I thought this was a pretty cool tree here. Big. Look how big that is. Alright. Well, you can go ahead and turn the K2 on. Try not to shake it too much because that does affect it. Turn it on. Just push and hold the button down till it clicks.
Okay.
Alright. First stop will be Miss Annie Bell Carter. When we get over here, I will give you a quick story. I will also put the story in for you guys and a little bit of history. It is a true story of her death. The house where she died, we cannot visit. It is a private residence. What?
I think science is shaking it.
Doesn't even look like it's on. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Remember, we're out in the daylight.
I know, it's hard to see in the daylight. Need to get one of those electronic ones that make noise and when there's a fluctuation. Need to look into those. Want to welcome any spirits that are here. If you'd like to communicate, we come and speak into the thing I'm holding in my hand. We come out of respect and in peace. Here we go. They are facing the east. And if I'm not mistaken, the story says that is the case because she can face her maker. Well, they all can, obviously, on Resurrection Day. About 1750, James Wilson built a home in what is known today as Denton, Maryland. The home became known as Wilson's Chance. Sometime before the Civil War, Colonel Richard Carter bought Wilson's Chance for his family that included an only daughter, Annie Bell Carter. When Annie was 17 years old, she was studying abroad in Europe and returned home in July of 1882. On July 26, 1882, she woke up not feeling well and walked out into the second-floor porch for some fresh air. While leaning against the rail, she fainted and fell off the porch onto a recently cut tree. She died from those injuries. At the time of her death, her father, Colonel Carter, was on the committee that was forming the new Denton Cemetery. All the graves were laid out to face north and south. Annie was one of the first to be buried here, and her father arranged to have her buried facing east, so that on Judgment Day, when all the souls rise, Annie will rise to face her Maker. Later, Colonel Carter and other family members were laid to rest beside Annie, all facing east. Her headstone reads as follows: Annie Bell Carter, daughter of Colonel R.C. and S.E. Carter, died July 26, 1882, in the 17th year of her age. Afar in yonder sky I'll find my home, and wait in the realms of light for thee to come. Inscribed on her footstone is the words, How many hopes lie buried here. Since Annie Bell Carter's death, there have been sightings of her on the balcony of Wilson's Chance. Others, mostly stemming from the religious revivals that were held in a building that was once directly across the street from the house, say that Annie could be seen dancing on the front yard during the music from their revivals. Now this is Annie Bell Carter's grave. Annie Bell Carter was a local girl. She was 17 years old when she died. Actually, the house is just right up the street from here. What happened is she was studying abroad and she came home that summer. And she kind of was not feeling too well. She went out on her balcony to get some fresh air that night, and she fainted and fell off the balcony. Now, just earlier that day, there was a tree there, and they had just cut that tree down earlier that day, and the root system is what killed her. It stabbed her. Yeah, she died a horrible, horrible death. She was very young when she died. Like I said, 17. But yeah, this is one of the graves here that is facing the opposite from everything else, every other tombstone. The only other one is Marshall Price, who we will be going to see here in a minute. But he is facing the opposite way, so his back faces the Maker on Resurrection Day. Obviously, because he was convicted of killing Miss Sally Dean. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool looking grave, really. Oh, it's going off. Can you kind of turn it just a little so I can see it in the camera? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Annie, is that you? Do you have something you wish to tell us? I do have a question. According to legends, you still dance at your house on the front lawn. When the church was across the street, they used to report seeing you dancing. Is that true? It's not going off now. If it's not Annie, can you tell us your name, please? No, the stone won't make it go off, honey. Is it still doing it? No.
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Well, that's definitely interesting. Huh?
A quartz stone.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, thank you for speaking with us. If you spoke with us, we are going to walk a little bit further. You are welcome to walk with us and speak with us. Are you okay, Bug?
Yeah.
Well, that one's kind of cockeyed. Must have shifted. Oh, that one's...
I just said my nickname on camera.
Oh, you'll live.
Oh. Yes. Oh.
It's getting warm.
Yeah.
Might have to take my jacket off. This one's a little one. I don't want to walk up and step on a grave. It looks like it may be Stuart. Huh. Okay. What? Is it going off again?
Just stopped. It went off a few minutes ago. I saw it.
That's pretty interesting. Sorry about the truck noise in the background. This graveyard here in Denton is a combination. It's got a lot of older graves. Mostly it looks like up here. There's a few spread out back there in the back. But as you go back further are the newer graves. Okay. (1849 and 1923). I will put what is said on Annabelle Carter's grave for you guys to know what it says. Same with Marshall Price, because they are hard to read, but I do know what they say. I have that written down. This one's decorative all the way around. Even the footstone. What?
What?
Hold on. Where was that name at? I saw Minnie Duke somewhere else. Helen Elizabeth. Alright, I gotta know. Oh, it's not Dukes, it just says Minnie Cincher. Okay. I knew I saw the name Minnie. I was a little confused. Alright. How's
I
it?
thought you were confused about that sign on it. On Levi Dukes.
No, that is, what is it? Daughters of the American Revolution. She was a member of that. It was like a club, basically. Alright, Mr. Marshall Price is up this way. At the time, this was the back of the cemetery, so that's why he is buried all the way back here. Oh, I just lost it. Where is it? I just saw it. I know the first time oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. Now, if you guys watched the last one, you will know that Marshall Price was the one convicted of killing Miss Sally Dean, who was 13 years old, in Harmony, Maryland. Oh my goodness.
You guys jumped. I didn't. Haha, you guys.
Haha. Well, I was busy trying to tell them about Marshall Price and...
They decided to scare you guys.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, we need to go this way so we don't take a chance of walking on actual graves here. Sorry. I got turned around. Maybe. Yeah, we're okay this way. Here we are.
Oh, I see it.
Yep, we see it's faced the opposite direction. And his is facing this way, so his back is towards his maker on Resurrection Day. I know you guys cannot read that.
I can't read.
I will put what happened after the murder for you guys, the history on that. Marshall Price was arrested for the murder of Sally Dean on April 3rd, 1895. Soon after the arrest, rumors began of a lynch party, and he was quickly moved to Baltimore until his trial. On April 30th, 1895, he was moved back to Denton to stand trial, but when he arrived, there were large crowds waiting ashore for him. For safety reasons, Price was kept on a boat in the middle of the Choptank River until about 2 a.m. when the crowds finally dispersed. Price elected to have a court trial instead of a jury trial. During the trial, he accused another local, Grant Corcoran, as his accomplice and the mastermind behind Sally's brutal murder. Corcoran was arrested, questioned, and soon released because no evidence was found. On May 9, 1895, Price finally confessed to Sally Dean's murder. His confession was published in the Denton Journal. "I want to tell you something. The detective said that Sally's throat was cut by a left-handed man. I want to say that this is the hand that cut her. When I came out of the woods after cutting the material for the frames, I crossed the road about 10 feet behind Sally, who was on her way to school. She spoke to me pleasantly and remarked it was a lovely day. I joined her and walked a short distance, conversing upon matters of no importance. A sudden impulse took possession of me. Without warning, I raised the axe which I carried in my hand and struck her on the side of the head. She fell to the ground, partly stunned. I dragged her to one side of the road and cut her underclothing, then tore the clothes with my hands. She revived about this time and said, 'Oh, my head, how it hurts.' I then caught hold of both of her hands and dragged her to the woods, cut her throat, but did not violate her person. I covered her body with a cedar bush and buried her dinner bucket and the knife which I cut her throat. I was alone. Grant Corcoran had nothing to do with the murder. After the body was found, I took an active part in the search for the murderer, thinking I could in that way divert suspicion from myself. The detectives were too smart for me, though. When I got to Baltimore, I decided to confess to the U.S. Marshals, implicating Grant Corcoran, partly for revenge because Grant got the better deal in a trade we made, and partly because the people of Caroline County would lynch me if they thought I alone committed the murder. On May 31st, 1895, Marshall Price was convicted of murder and sentenced to hang. Fearing for his safety until the execution, he was moved back to Baltimore. While there, he continued to claim he was innocent. There were several lawyers trying to get appeals with no success. One lawyer tried to prove insanity, but when he was examined, he was found sane. The governor set the execution date for July 5, 1895, and Price was returned to Denton on June 23rd. No sooner after returning, the governor granted a reprieve until October. When Caroline County locals learned of this, a lynch mob was organized on July 2, 1895. It was somehow communicated to the officers that any attempt to take Price away would be stopped. The sheriff knew of only one way at this point to get him to safety, and that was to go through Delaware. But it was illegal to cross state lines with a prisoner, and he decided against it. One officer informed Price of what was happening and told him there was nothing they could do. He begged for them to let him out, saying he will hide and not run, but they refused. Around 11 p.m. that evening, 40 masked men busted open the rear entrance to the jail. The sheriff and the deputy were put into a room and their lives threatened if they interfered. A rope was tied around Price's neck and he was dragged out of the jail into a large maple tree about 30 yards away where he was hanged. Efforts were made to find the identity of those who were involved in the lynching, but nothing was ever confirmed. Marshall Price's father bought a plot of land to bury his son in the Denton cemetery, but when the directors heard of this, the plot was moved to the back of the cemetery. The cemetery's website states, biblically, Christ will come with the rising sun in the east. Mr. Price's grave is oriented so he faces west and is the only one in Denton Cemetery thus oriented. There was once an iron fence around the cemetery, and Mr. Price was buried outside of that fence, which was the boundary of the cemetery. Of course, it has been expanded greatly since Marshall's day, and he is now well within the cemetery, and the fence has long disappeared. Marshall Price was buried on Thursday, July 4th, 1895. His grave marker reads as follows. Marshall E. Price died July 2nd, 1895, aged 23 years and 7 days. Our only one is laid to rest, in peace with God forever blessed. In peace with God his glory doth shine, forever blessed in God divine. Soon after Price's burial, strange things began to happen. The tree where he was hung mysteriously died, as well as the tree that was beside his grave. The rumors then began that the main lynchman died mysteriously. One burned, another was struck by lightning when the skies were clear, another drowned, and the final one committed suicide. The people began to claim that Marshall Price can be seen on the full moon, dancing on his grave, rejoicing in the mysterious death of his hangman. After his lynching, it is said that the ones who did the lynching died kind of a mysterious death. One burned, one was struck by a freak lightning in the daytime, another one drowned, and another one committed suicide. All were mysterious at that time. And according to legends, on the full moon, because of being happy that the people who lynched him were killed strangely, he dances on his grave. Now, this cemetery is another one that is marked closed at dusk. So, I don't know if it would even be possible. It is not gated. So, we may be able to watch from a distance. It's a possibility sometime. So, how's the K2?
And nothing happening.
Nothing
There's
happening?
a chair over there.
Probably for somebody to sit and visit with their loved one. Oh, there was also a tree that was at one time beside his grave somewhere. I don't know which side. But according to reports, that tree died not long after he was buried. And they thought that was mysterious. I mean, more than likely it's because maybe they hit the roots and killed the roots while digging his grave. So, alright, I'm going to stop this and take a few pictures. We'll be right back. Okay, I got some pictures here. We're going to do a little investigation. I'm going to do the ghost tube first. I'm going to have Sierra hold the camera. No zoom.
No zoom.
No zoom. And then before I do the spirit box, I am going to send them back to the vehicle. I'm not sure the effects on that. I don't want to take the chance. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know, maybe y'all should go back for the ghost tube too. You don't have any protection or anything in that.
Yeah, I forgot my cross. I don't have a cross necklace.
Alright, well, take this camera back. You might as well take that back because I'm not going to be able to deal with that too. See it. The keys. No, I lost the keys. Here they are. All right. Give them to Sierra. If anybody needs to drive, it'll be her. Even though she's still not old enough, but more likely better at it. No offense.
14. I'm getting good at...
Follow your sister. Takes the walk back. Alright, guys. I won't be too long.
Better not. If you drop dead, I'll call the cops.
Oh, nobody's gonna drop dead. Alright. Sorry. We're gonna try this again. Oop, come on. Flip around. Make sure it's turned up. It's turned up. Alright. Got the ghost tube going here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Got sun glare. Let me see if I can put my back to it. Yeah, I know I'm close. That's why it's going off. So I will put that on the screen for you guys. Oops, sorry. Marshall Price, are you with us? Are you still here? Can you tell us why you murdered Sally? What happened that day? I know what history tells us, but can you tell us why, perhaps?
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, thank you. Are you okay? Can you tell us your name? Guys, it did it again. I don't know what in the world is going on. It's really weird. I don't know why it did that blank screen again, just like it did the other night. Got it back, and I pressed record, so. Are you still with us? Alright guys, I'm going to turn this off for a second. We got a car coming by. Alright, I'm starting a necrophonic app. Somebody just drove through the cemetery, so maybe we'll go up here by the tree and see if we can talk with anybody. Are there any spirits that wish to communicate with us here today? One. Can you give us your name, please? Is Marshall Price still here? Marshall, why did you kill Sally Dean? Did you have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the people who lynched you? Behind you? Is it true what legends say that on a full moon you come back and dance on your grave? Alright, I am going to turn this off, guys. Something weird is going on here. Well, I got a cop right down there with his lights on, and then somebody is over here visiting. I want to thank you for speaking with me. You were to remain here. Do not attach yourself to my equipment, to anything I have. Thank you. Guys, yeah, somebody is down here visiting their grave. I don't want to disturb them. And then all of a sudden I have cops going by. You know, all that. So I am heading back to the vehicle. If you guys heard or seen anything, please put it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on our next adventure. Thanks, guys.